Okay, you guys, I am with Cybersecure Dad. He is just doing some phenomenal work on social media, helping us be safer. There's the saying, information is the currency of today. One of the posts, two of the posts I want to talk about, kind of related to real estate because that's what I'm in. You posted about the lawsuit against Amazon because of the Ring cameras. So many people have Ring cameras, and it's really an addition to a home that people like because of the ability to see who's at the home. But Amazon is being sued because that Ring camera can take information of somebody just walking by and store that information. Now, from what I understand, is you either have to disconnect that or you have to connect it so that it could take my information and then I could put in there that, yeah, that face is me. And so when I come up to the door, or a homeowner, they put that face is Brian. And when I come up to the door and ring, it will tell you, the homeowner, Brian Olsen is at the door, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that, and then the other post you made, or the reel, was about our children on social media and the risk of having them on social media. So those two things I just want you to talk a little bit about, because I don't know if you knew this, Amazon was actually sued in 2023 because they had employees accessing the data that came through those Ring doorbell cameras.
Yeah.
And they paid, I think it was like 15 million, 16 million to the FTC, to the government for that lawsuit. So besides, and I know you give instruction of how to turn that off, but not everybody's going to be able to turn it off. Well, okay, let me add to this though. So with Ring, besides that, you've got Nest. Nest, to have a thermostat on your home, it used to be, it was just the luxury homes that had Nest. Now everybody's getting them. And it is additive to the value of a home.
Yeah.
To have a Ring camera, to have Nest thermostat, to have security cameras. So suddenly you're getting all this information with the Nest thermostat, but its ability to learn and know, okay, people leave the house at this time, people come home at this time, there's 2 or 3 bodies in the home, and all kinds of information that then is put into the cloud, on Amazon or Google. They have their own data centers. But I just want to get your thought about not only where you see this going, but how we protect ourselves, because information is going to be out there, and a lot of it, just by walking by, from what I can understand, they can't actually use that information right now as much as, who knows, 6 months. Information and technology is changing so quickly. Maybe a year down the road, suddenly they're able to take that face of my child that walked by your home and do a lot more with it. So anyway, that's a long part of my portion of this video, because really this is for all of us to learn a bit more, because his occupation is in cybersecurity. And like I said, he is just providing so much information about everything from routers to social media to so many different things. But I want to talk about this a little bit because it affects home values, in my opinion, which is what I do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the first thing you said is the most important, that information is the new currency. And I think the main thing is that privacy is getting more and more difficult to come by. And a big part of that is because convenience trumps privacy a lot of the time. The smart doorbells that say, hey, dad's at the thing at the door, the delivery guys arrived,
a package arrived. Okay, that, just real quick, I may interrupt you a little bit.
No.
Because you have to have a subscription on a lot of these.
Yeah.
But the convenience of having a subscription, because I want to be notified when a package arrives, or when the children are home, or to make sure my garage door's closed. And so a lot of people will pay for that subscription. Okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's a lot of convenience. And I think the main thing is that, yes, you can go no smart features. You could try to go no technology, but in today's world, it's pretty much impossible. But I think the most important thing is learning how you can securely and as privately as possible, live your life without giving up the conveniences, and you just have to choose. You have to choose what's worth having and what's worth giving up, because it's a trade. You give up information, you gain some convenience, but there are settings, and there's just mindset that you can have to help limit your exposure, your information that's out there, because it is being gathered. It's being gathered through the smart doorbells, it's being gathered through the smart thermostats, all of that information. And some of it maybe isn't very valuable to data brokers, to all these big corporations. Some of it maybe it is. And you just kind of have to decide what you're comfortable with, and then choose what you want to do, what you can do it, and then move on and live life. You can't always be so concerned about everything. It's just one step at a time, one thing each day that you can do. And yeah, but it's a hard balance between the convenience and the privacy, because often they don't mesh very well.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you keeping up? I mean, I'm assuming with your work in cybersecurity, you're continually learning and that, but you're also now providing information on social media on how to help just the common person, the common family, to be more secure. How do you keep up with that type of stuff?
That's one of the benefits of the living in the digital age and the information era, is that there's a lot of information. You have to be careful. You have to vet the information, but it's instantly accessible. You could dive into any topic, any setting, any app, and figure out what you need to know. There's people online teaching you. There's information everywhere. So the most important thing is vetting that information. Like with AI can be a great tool. It can provide a lot of information that helps you. It accelerates your efforts, but you need to be the human in the loop. You need to verify where it's getting that information. You need to verify the accuracy of the information. But if you do that's the main thing. That there's a lot of information. So I'm not at a need for information, at a loss of information. It's just sifting through it, finding what's relevant, what's real, and then using that to your benefit, to everybody's benefit, to the people you serve. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I just encourage you to follow his channel, Cybersecure Dad. And because there's so many little things that I've just been amazed with, that he will give tips about how to turn things on, how to turn things off. The other thought I just had as we was talking about this is communication is so important. I love on your channel how you talk about cybersecurity starts in the family with your relationship with your children.
Yep.
And it probably is huge, our relationship with our neighbors. If I'm going over to my neighbors all the time and he has cameras and he has a subscription for those cameras so that the data is being stored on the cloud, essentially, of me and my family and how I talk, what I do, my face and all that. Down the road, even without his knowing it, that information may be used. And so communicating with my neighbor and saying, hey, do you have a subscription to this service? Do you know what this does? And just talk about it. So I appreciate what you're doing, because then it helps me to be able to talk to people and not only tell them, hey, it is a benefit to have a Nest thermostat and all the other things, like Google has Nest, Amazon has Ring, Arlo has, that's the interesting thing too. I was reading about Arlo is a camera doorbell security system for your home.
Yeah.
They used to be part of Netgear.
Yeah.
And Netgear, I'm sure does the routers
Yep.
and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's so many things that are linked together. Okay, I'm sure we're going to be talking to Perry again at some point, but follow him and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this, especially when it comes to your home value and the risks that we take with having so much information out there about our homes, about us. I mean, I think you posted one thing too about, or maybe it wasn't you, about providing data about when you're home and when you're not home. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. We'll go into that later. Okay, thanks you guys. Leave comments. Talk to you soon.